Hello YouTube and fellow Star Wars collectors. On this episode of Toys All the Way, we'll be taking a look at a character from the last wave of vintage collection figures for 2024, the Mandalorian Imperial Base from Season 3 of The Mandalorian. Welcome back, gang. So here we are with another addition to our vintage collection shelf displays, and it is another release of The Mandalorian Din Djarin. And I know many people are starting to get kind of tired of seeing Din added to our collections and shelf displays. He's starting to get up there with the clones. We have a ton of him. But to be fair, we also have a ton of Luke Skywalkers. And Din has been, front and center in most of the Star Wars new media. So it totally makes sense that we have a lot of releases of this character. And to be honest, this one has an update that I've been looking for quite some time to give us, a better and more definitive Mandalorian figure. But with all that said and done, don't forget to smash a like on this video, and let's take a look at the packaging and figure. Taking a look at our vintage style packaging, we have the Star Wars and Mandalorian logo prominently displayed up top and followed by an orange name pill color with the Mandalorian Imperial Base. We have a nice image here of Din taken directly from the show, looking really good with that Imperial Super Commando jetpack and Kenner logo down below, and two pistols which I have to note are not included in this set. Unfortunately, you're only getting his standard blaster pistol, and I think it would have been nice if they actually included those Super Commando pistols with this release. On the back, he is VC 312A in the line, the Mandalorian Imperial Base, and we have a small description of the character, followed by the Vintage Collection logo and additional images of the card and figure. So while many of us have a lot of different versions of Din Djarin added to our carded collections, I will say this one is a pretty decent card, and I do look forward to adding it to the collection. But I would not mind taking a break from getting so many Mandalorians added to our collection. Taking a look at the Mandalorian out of the packaging, this is something that we are very familiar with in the vintage collection. We have had quite a number of Din Djarins added to our collection shelves over the years, but the main takeaway here is we finally have the updated ball-jointed hip system, which is just absolutely phenomenal to see finally added to this character. Din is a main character and he deserves all the premium articulation that we see with 375 figures, which he already has quite a bit of. He's got great range of motion at the upper arms there. He's got, now he's got great ball jointed hips. He's got really good knee articulation. He has rocker ankles, so he's going to do some great posing in your collection if you're just now picking up this figure. The other thing I want to point out is that we finally have the updated peg system on the back. So this is a new back for him, which allows him to swap his jetpacks with other Mandalorian figures now, and of course put this Super Commando jetpack on, which is just great, and I'm really looking forward to another release that has his jetpack with that peg, so we can finally put it on there, and it's much more secure now, which is great to see. Other than that, he's got this cape, which is slightly new. It's the same kind of cut and everything. It just doesn't have any of the tears or weathering at the bottom. So that's pretty cool to see because it actually is representative of what he was wearing in Season 3 when he actually got this jetpack. So all in all, pretty good there. But the other thing I want to point out is just a lack of some of the paint applications on this figure. You don't see any of those small details on his belt and silver paint applications, which is really just a bit of a shame, and I'm a little disappointed that we saw a lack of that in this wave. Season 3 of The Mandalorian had some interesting new characters, but was mostly riddled with repaint and kit bash opportunities. This season took fans back to the homeworld of Din and his kind, and while there have certainly been a number of releases for the character over the past few years, Hasbro opted to add the meaningful updates to this version instead of the previous mainline release, The Mines of Mandalore, which was made available for fans and casual collectors just half a year ago, which was not much different than the carded release included with the N1 Starfighter shortly before that. While the figure was already fully loaded with plenty of modern articulation, such as ball-jointed everything, hinges at the wrists, and rocker ankles, the new style barbell hip addition to the Imperial Base release is a tremendous upgrade, one that many TVC fans have been asking for. Additionally, we have some wonderful new engineering for the standardized peg hole on the back of the Mandalorian armor that allows not only the Imperial Super Commando jetpacks to be used, but also any and all jetpacks or accessories that have the standardized peg. Overall, this is a nice addition and upgrade for our shelves, but it just has to be said that the missing paint applications and lack of Imperial Super Commando blaster accessories is less than ideal. I hope you've enjoyed this video and taking a look at this latest addition to our vintage collection shelf displays, The Mandalorian Imperial Base from Season 3 of The Mandalorian. Feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And don't forget to smash a like on this video and subscribe if you're new to the channel. It really helps and is always greatly appreciated. Thanks everyone, and may the Force be with you.